So guys, what is going on? It's Raphael back for a new video. We are going to continue the Road to Glory series with Sebastian Vettel for today's China Grand Prix. I hope you enjoy it. Cutting straight to the qualifying, it was a bit of risky because, as you can see, the clouds are pretty much covering the track, so it was in my case important to put a banker lap straight away. Here in my first attempt I was trying to drive as fast as possible, and yeah, I made this mistake. So I went back to the garage and I put a new set of super softs.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 35.6.
This is my third lap. Going on this lap, I was going to try for a very fast lap because I needed a banker lap. P10 was not acceptable for me, so I tried. And here you can see that there was a yellow flag on the snare section, and there it is again. And here we have some cars to overtake. That's not that went not to be a very good lap because I needed to overtake some cars, and they were all on the racing line. Cutting to the next lap, I decided to stay on my current super softs because I couldn't get in and out without before the time ran out. For the rest of the lap, I let you watch on board. P8 was the most that I got on this qualifying, but better than Australia where I got P16 if I remember correctly. But yeah, Raikkonen got pole. Cutting directly to the start, and the 5 red lights are out. I had a pretty decent start. I couldn't overtake anyone because I hit this corner at the start of the race. and I got 3 illegal overtakes. And I needed to let Hülkenberg pass. So here we see a replay. And yeah, you see I was on the outside and the Haas spun around. That's why we have a virtual safety car. Cutting at the end of the virtual safety car phase, I was in attack mode because I needed a better result than last time in Australia. I was on sweat mode again. That's a team that goes on this series, I believe. Here we are, trying to overtake Hülkenberg before the hairpin, and I locked up a little bit, but that wasn't too bad. But yeah, here we see a replay of the overtake, and we touched tires. At least it's very good to see banging tires. So I went on attack mode, P7. I wanted more, I wanted to be on the podium. Here we had Ocon, I believe, and one of the Red Bulls. So it was important to overtake them as fast as possible. And I was putting fastest sector after sector. That is very important. Here we see we are gaining on Ocon, and that's we were pretty close at the exit of this corner because I had more speed because of the banking, and I DRS, I believe. And yeah, I went to the inside so he couldn't get back on the racing line. Cutting later on, one or two laps later, I was driving very well for once. But yeah, I made a little mistake. I went wide and Ocon hit me. At least I didn't lose my front wing and I was still in the race. But yeah, I was last and I lost a lot of time. At that point, I wasn't happy at all. And the car was twitchy and slippery at every corner. Like you can see here, I was driving very carefully. At the end of the lap I decided to go in. so I could at least have better tires. The pit went and change of tires was pretty much forward, no issues. That almost looks like the real 2018 Chinese Grand Prix. Vettel gets collected, and yeah, trying to do the best of it. We are going to cut a little bit further because the first couple of laps after this incident were just fast laps to get to the next man, and here we have a retirement of Hülkenberg, who was parked on our right side. And yeah, cutting to the next lap again. We were pretty much on top of the two towers. I wanted to just glue myself to his gearbox, but I went for the overtake, and he went a little bit wide because I closed the door. Then I was in pursuit of the Pascal Wehrlein, I believe, and the runner of Palmer. We were pretty close, myself and Wehrlein. I closed the doors so he couldn't overtake me. But here I made a mistake, I ran wide, and he had DRS, so we were side by side. I went a little bit wide, I cut to the inside, and the overtake was done. Cutting later on. I was driving for myself a few laps, I pulled the gap, and then there was a slow Haas, I believe that was Grosjean, and here was another Haas of Kevin Magnussen, who retired, and these mistakes, you gotta collect them. That's 3 positions, 2 free positions in my case. I went driving fast and faster. I was driving on rich mix until the end of the race. Here you see a nice onboard with my front wing, and yeah, cutting to the end of the race. Nothing really happened, so I was not the result that I expected. I only got P13, but at least I finished this race. But Lewis Hamilton won. I couldn't do anything because I had that mistake, and yeah, I couldn't fight for the top 5, but at least I was I could recover a little bit, but yeah, Kimi Räikkönen got on the podium, and yeah, he was again the only point scorer of Ferrari for this race. Unfortunately, that's how things are. That's how racing is. We can't do something like that. I hope for the future races, knock on wood, we do a better job. I do a better job because Raikkonen has already won a race and has a podium, a P3. So he's the only point scorer. But yeah, if you like this video, please give me a like, a subscribe, comment down below what you thought of this video. Until then, I see you on my next video.